Hello and welcome to this exciting episode of the Terror Express. Today we have returning the founder of the Renegade Film Festival, who has been named top 50 best genre festivals in the world.
Yeah.
Vanessa Wright. Hello, welcome back.
Hello.
And we are talking to the amazing, I'm really excited about this one here. Sleepaway Camp Terrifier. Terrifier 2, the Bye Man. Felissa Rose, welcome, and Jenna Kanell, welcome.
Thank you.
I'm feeling a little starstruck here, a little fanboyish going on a little bit here.
How are you both? Sweet.
Thank you.
He's adorable.
Oh, you guys are making me blush already, and we haven't even gotten started.
It's good. That's the goal, is to see how red we can make your face.
Oh my God.
Great.
I'm going to start here with a question for both of you. What inspired you both to get started in acting, and what would your career be considered if you weren't in acting?
You know, for me, it was like, I feel like I came out singing and dancing, and I told my parents at a young age, like 3 years old, I want to be a Broadway singer dancer. And they took it very seriously and got me a manager in New York. And from there, my first real audition was Sleepaway Camp.
Nice.
Wow. So thank goodness it happened, because I think the only thing I really know how to do is sort of like connect with people and perform and have fun around, our great community. But I also wanted to be a matchmaker. I also wanted to be a therapist. I love people. So for me, it's just anything that has to do with, hugging and laughing and having, a connection with someone.
So was your backup as a therapist when you were 3 years old as well? A 3-year-old wanting to be a therapist already, or that come a little later?
With my dolls, yes. I'm like, hi, you want to have tea? What's going on? Yeah, absolutely.
I love that. You're like, I'm going to be a star, but I'm also maybe going to help people and be a shrink.
But producing is basically matchmaking in a way.
Yeah. What would your second choice be if you weren't in the showbiz, Jenna?
I would either go into something in animal behavior and welfare, because that's something that I read about a lot for fun and really interests me, and I'm passionate about. I don't know if I could handle the bureaucracy of it all, or I don't know. It might be really hard. The other backup would be forensics. I was really into forensics in high school and went to autopsies and studied it, and it's basically just storytelling in reverse, where you get the ending and then you have to figure out how you got there. So, and you don't need a degree for some of it. So, if I have to.
So you saw an actual autopsy being performed?
I saw 4.
You saw? Did you ever hit the ground?
No, I was eating grapes.
Nice.
Oh, so you were like the trope. You were eating while they were doing the autopsy.
I was the trope, yeah. Well, I think a lot of us, not to speak for anybody else, would probably fit in that world, because they have the sickest senses of humor. Like they were, like I remember the guy was at one point picked up the liver and was pretending to eat it and stuff. Like they're sick individuals, and I feel like they would accept me.
And you're like, these are my people. They get me.
These are my people.
That is so interesting. I mean, considering the field that we're in, the genre that we're in, it definitely kind of also lends itself to that. Yeah, that's so amazing. I don't think I could do it.
I don't know. I'd be curious. I will say there's that morbid curiosity, I think, just naturally as humans. You want to know what we do with these weird skin suits. Yeah, it's fascinating. I get it.
I can't. I get my blood drawn. I see that needle coming at me, and I say, "You want to stick that where?" And then boom, I'm out.
Oh no.
Tagging on to his question a little bit, you both have done so much, from producing, acting, writing, directing. Jenna, you do stunts. And this is for both of you, but what have you not conquered yet within the industry? Is there anything else that you're like, I really want to do that, I haven't done it yet?
I mean, I haven't directed, and I've thought about it a lot. I'm not quite sure it's anything I want to do, but people have sort of been bringing scripts to me and asking me to start thinking about it, but I just don't know. I love producing. I love producing. I love acting. I don't know that directing seems like it seems like it's a task that I'm not quite sure I want to oversee. And I know
hit
you
the
have,
nail on
Jenna,
the
so I
head.
can't
It's
imagine.
daunting for sure.
Right? It's like, and producing is daunting, but in a different way. That's like multitasking, and that's something I can do in my sleep. But the directing is a different sort of another level and different layer.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jenna? What do you think about directing?
I love directing. I'm kind of the opposite, where I've produced a lot out of necessity, but I don't get that. Like, I can see the joy like emanating off of you when you talk about it, and I don't feel that way about producing. So maybe this is perfect. Yeah, no, I love,
together. You direct, I'll produce.
oh my gosh, please, the dream. I would love that so much. Yeah,
I'm here for it.
Vanessa knows this. I've directed a bunch of stuff, and I love directing a lot. And so for me, my next thing that I really want to do is I want to direct a feature really badly. And I'm hopefully going to get to next year, knock on everything. But because I mean, I've assistant directed multiple features and obviously acted and stunted in them. And produced too. So now I'm ready to direct. I've directed like 17 shorts at this point. So I'm ready.
I love it.
I through. Thanks.
It is. And I think specifically with the both of you, being able to have a good, thorough, I think, understanding of what everyone's supposed to do on a film set, right? Like you, and specifically as performers, how to communicate that. So I think in a lot of ways, you're kind of perfectly set up for directing, Yeah.
Well, and especially as individuals that have been women in front of the camera, when we're behind it are like, hey, let's get her a sweater. She's probably cold.
Right.
She's wearing almost nothing. you know, like thinking about things from another angle is a benefit, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a good perspective. I know. I just wrapped the film, and not to give too much away, but they were deciding whether the killer was going to throw the water in my face and I said, yes, just do it. But little did I know, I'd sit in the wet all day, and I'm the producer. I'm like, why can't I get myself a towel or something?
I need to advocate for myself.
I did.
Right?
I did. I just sat there freezing and complained like, oh my God, I'm so cold.
Oh, that's the first thing I think about when there's stuff like that. I'm like, do we have towels? Do we have robes? Like, are we set up?
And but it's for me. So I don't care. Right. I'm like, let's just get the shot and keep moving.
Right.
Of course.
Is there anything quirky or fun little character traits or talents that your fans don't know about that you can come out and share with us?
The cat you just saw is my child. I gave birth to her, and I have taught her how to do tricks, and I'm really proud of that.
You have a trained cat.
I have trained my cat, yes.
What tricks?
So
she can do high fives. She can jump really high, spin in a circle, like lay down on her belly. Once in a while, I can get her to play fetch. She's my pride and joy.
Blown away by that. I have a pug who does nothing but fart and eat. That is it.
I'm trying to train
you
my
met him.
kids, okay?
You met Phil.
Yes.
Both of you have starred in, these kind of iconic, now cult horror films. This can be both a blessing and a curse. So for both of you, what has the blessing been and what has the curse been?
For me, it's only a blessing. I would actually say Sleepaway Camp gave me an entire life.
Yeah.
A whole life is because of this one crazy, campy, creepy little 80s movie that just really dictated so many things. From my husband and I are married because he saw the movie when he was younger and said, I'm going to marry her, to, a career because of horror, horror being the genre I love and live for, and to work with so many fascinating directors and just, so I really feel like it's just been the greatest gift that I absolutely am so thankful for.
Jenna, what about you? Has this been just a blessing? Has there been any downside to it? How do you feel about it?
It's a really cool way to get to work with other people that you haven't met before, and it creates a really beautiful sense of community in a way. You know, the horror community is very loyal and very intense, but it creates like a really cool sort of community.
Do either of you have any conventions coming up or projects that you could talk about?
I leave for an amazing convention called Capital City Comic Con on this weekend in Victoria in Canada. So
Nice.
I'm very, very excited. And then I'll be at Scarefest, and I'll be in Vegas at Nightmare Toys early October. I list them on my Instagram. It's, it's exciting. I'll be traveling. I'll be in Germany for Halloween. So I'm excited about that. And as
Awesome.
far as projects, my films that I produce, Time's Up, Dark Circles, Craving, Late Checkout. I'm working on a movie, Macabre Mountain, right now. I'm working next week on Watchdog. They're all coming out in 2023, so I'm excited for that.
How do you
And
find time?
Terrifier too.
Yes,
Coming to
Terrifier.
theater.
Jenna, do you have anything planned as far as conventions or any events coming up?
There is a chance I'm going to be at New York Comic Con. I really hope that that's the case. We will find out soon.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. And then I've been taking this month, I'm doing motorcycle lessons because I'm doing a film in November called The Build Out, and I'm one of the leads, and it has a supernatural paranormal element. It's also got a lot of drama, but I'm going to be acting in it and also riding a motorcycle. So I'm making sure I'm not going to look stupid or hurt myself
That's
doing that.
awesome.
So I've been preparing for
That's
that.
amazing. Do you have like a coach for that, for the motorcycle
Yeah,
riding, learning?
Yeah. So the director, Zishan Yunus, has hooked us up with some class. We did a one-on-one training on dirt bikes a week or two ago, and then this upcoming week I'll be doing some asphalt training with like a school that teaches it on more classic
God,
bikes.
Jenna, I want to be you when I grow up.
I know. Shoot, that's amazing. Do you have any fear, or do you surrender?
Yes to both. I do. In a way, it's good, and maybe this is a metaphor for other things. It's kind of good to fall, because after you fall, you realize it's not that scary to fall, and it's kind of like, you get more courageous the more you do it. I was mostly really excited. For me, when I do stunts and action heavy stuff, it forces me to be really present, and it takes me out of anxiety about my future, depression about any number of things, and it forces me to ground myself in what I'm doing right then, and I find it really cathartic.
And I love what you said too about allowing yourself to fall, and I think that is kind of for the bigger picture, because I tell people that all the time. I'm like, it is okay, make the mistakes, screw it up. I was like, there's absolutely, the only way failure exists is if you do not get up and try again.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess looking at it from the perspective of, especially as women, needing to move forward and continue evolving, what do you guys see as things that still need to be done, things that still need to kind of change, and what are you doing personally to kind of be a part of that?
It is important and valuable to look at how far we've come, and also to acknowledge how much work is left to be done and how much still needs to change. And, great, we have some global majority directors and some female directors. We need more, and we need them at all budget levels, and not just directors. We need them in every department. We need, people in hair department that know how to do black hair. Like, these are all really tiny but important things that all like build up to a more intersectional future. And I think that's part of it, is that it's not just about gender, it's also about class and sex, race, any number of things. I think we just have to be intersectional and want to help others up rather than gatekeeping. I've encountered a lot of gatekeeping, and I know other people have encountered it even more so than I have. Of there's only one seat at the table for me, and I'm the the only one in the room, and that's not how it works. There are lots of seats at the table, and the only way that things change is if we all change them together.
I feel like I like actually fight every day. I mean, as typically the only female producer on my team, I do feel a certain sense of like I'm going to battle. I mean, and it's gotten, we've, like Jenna said, we've taken some steps. We've acknowledged we need to implement more. We need to go the distance. We need to stop limiting, like, oh, well, we have, like you just said, one, break the door down, pound. I'm constantly pounding, I see indiscretions every single day. And I do not feel badly bringing them to the attention of everyone. Yes. I am loud. I am proud. I am ready to fight the battles that need to be fought.
All right. Now, this is the part of this show where
it's going to get weird.
We thought I like to take a little twist here, and we like to talk about actual supernatural experiences that you may have had. So, to both of you, a true life supernatural experience, or Jenna, an experience that you had that sticks to the forefront of your mind with this question being asked to you, whether it can be explained or not.
I used to live somewhere. I used to live in the attic level of a townhome that was, there was something going on. I don't know what it was, but there was something very, like, things would have moved. There were my calls would sometimes get distorted in this like really weird voice. I woke up one day and I had 3 scratches on me, but they weren't like raised like irritated scratches are. They were just marks on my skin. I don't know what I've had a bunch of bizarre experiences that I can't explain, and that's just one of them, and that's okay. I don't have to understand everything.
I so want to go to this attic townhouse area and like investigate.
Yeah, I would be very curious I lived there, so I didn't want to investigate.
Yeah, well,
but if I didn't, now that I don't.
And Vanessa, take your white sage if you go.
I have a whole box full of equipment where I'm ready. You call me.
Get the EMF. Let's do it.
I do.
Yes. Felissa, have you had any supernatural experiences?
100%. I mean, I'll just keep something really long, abbreviated, something that happened in my life. I was engaged to someone. He was an actor, and we moved into a house in North Hollywood. The prior owner had passed away in the house. So the toilet would flush by itself, the lights, everything. And then sadly he went away and came home. And one night I wasn't there and he passed away. Oh, wow. And then I used to talk to a medium. So I'm very, in tune with speaking to him. And oddly enough, his number, like a month after he passed away, he called my phone. And I just know, and my daughter I found out I was pregnant with her on the day of his birth, and she was born the day he died. I didn't even realize that was
my goodness.
So the connection between he and I was so great. And sadly, because he had this, he passed so early, like 40 years old.
Oh my God.
It was unfortunate, but and then I did a documentary on ghost hunting. It was in a hotel in Asheville, North Carolina. So, and he was speaking to me through, I forget the device that.
Like a little spirit box thing?
Yeah.
I have one of those too. I have to go to ghost hunt. What song immediately turns you into a rock star and forces you to turn it up to 11 and sing at the top of your lungs?
Chop Suey by System of a Down, which great. I forced the entire Terrifier team to karaoke with me at a convention one time.
Yes, that's amazing.
And David O'Dordan is an amazing karaoke singer. And I always do Hit Me With Your Best Shot with him, because I'm like, I'm Angela, you're Art the Gun. Hit me with your best shot. And so the two of us together, like, but I can't compare to his beautiful voice,
Is there intelligent life on other planets?
Yes.
I think so.
I agree.
I would say yeah.
Yeah.
I would say yes.
It would be very.
Are we playing too?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm like, I'm answering the question.
These are fun everyone questions.
Yes.
Please. Yeah, it would be very, very egotistical and anthropocentric of us, which we do love to do, to assume that we're it.
Yeah.
It's too big. We're not that special.
100%. Yes.
I agree.
Agreed.
If your worst enemy were to write a book about your life, what would that story be named?
This bitch.
Bitch was in mine too. Like,
You can have this
Boy,
bitch and that bitch.
Yeah. Yes.
mine would have been, it would be, she should have stopped at Sleepaway Camp.
If they made your life stories into movies, who would you like to see play you?
John Malkovich.
Hmm.
Oh,
That's cool.
I love him
I do too.
so much.
I love.
I do too.
He's like my favorite.
He's so good. I think
Yeah.
he can do it. I
So
think he's got
good.
it in him.
He could
So
totally do it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mine would be Kathy Bates.
Yes.
I
Oh
think
my
she would just
God.
be so fun and crazy and wild and take no prisoners.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I would love to watch that.
She's amazing. God,
good.
yes.
I
Okay, both
love
very
that
good
woman so much. I
answers.
just want to kiss her all over. I just love her.
Right?
She's incredible. Everything
Yeah.
she does is marvelous. Yeah.
It's amazing. Yeah. We're close to kind of the rapid fire round. So these will go to both of you. You feel free to shout them out. But what is your favorite fall treat?
Any kind of like hot pumpkin spice.
Yeah.
You know, okay. Yeah.
Mine would be
Like-
jumping in a giant pile of leaves.
Oh, yes. You know, I would agree. Had I been, if I was still a child, I'm so terrified of any type of creepy crawlies that I think I would lose all enjoyment if I went into the leaves. I would just freak out.
Don't believe her. She has eaten a cricket on live stream.
Well,
Oh,
how
no.
long did it take
Crunchy,
to get the cricket
crispy,
in my mouth?
legs stuck in the teeth, all
Ooh.
out. Cricket.
Terrible. Don't do dares, I guess is the message there.
Dang.
Okay, favorite curse word.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
So good.
yeah, that's so good. That's good. I would just say motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
good
also
one.
like the C word, and that's, I don't know.
Oh, I
why.
love the word cunt. It starts with
I-
a strong consonant. It ends with a strong consonant. It's
I know. I think that's
Yeah.
why I like it. It's
Feels like a punch.
just
yeah.
pure and
It's visceral. Yeah.
All right, beach or lake?
on beach. Jenna, what are you?
Like
Like,
if it's in the middle of the woods.
Would you rather talk like Yoda or breathe like Darth Vader?
Breathe like Darth Vader, I think.
hello. Me too.
I love that question. That's a great question.
That is a good one.
Jungle or desert?
Jungle.
I would say desert.
Interesting.
Nice.
All right. And of course, if you could choose and have and harness one superpower, what would it be?
Flight.
Just to read everybody's mind, I guess.
Oh.
Ooh, that could have that would be interesting because I
And
think
then you
it could.
know everything. Then you just, isn't that the biggest, greatest power in the
It would
world?
save you a lot of time.
That's deep. I like it.
Pretty profound.
I accept.
Heavy.
You are good.
Wow.
So we always like to end it with this one. This will go to both of you. What will be your legacy?
Ooh, we're getting down and dirty.
Right.
Go ahead, Jenna.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, well, I have a kind of an existentialist bend on it in that eventually no one will remember who I am, and that's okay.
Wow.
Because I have connections with the people that are around me while I'm alive, and maybe for a couple generations they'll remember me, and then eventually all human life will be gone, and we have what we have now. So
Yeah. I really enjoy that answer.
oh, thank
That's
you.
a great answer. I mean, I and tell me if I'm wrong, but don't you, I'm a huge like biography, documentary lunatic. And I love hearing the stories and the tales and the, from yesteryear, way back when, not just actors and any, I love listening to great grandmothers talk about my husband's grandmother is 102 and hearing stories about, just neighbors. I'm so curious. So I think, and Jenna, you are a magnificent woman.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So I think the stories live is what I'm saying forever and ever and ever and ever.
I don't even have anything else to say. Jenna, you broke my brain. My mind is melted.
This is what it's like in here all the time.
It's very magnificent.
That's amazing. And then you look at me and I'm like, my penis.
I also want to be remembered for Felissa's penis.
Yeah. I will never forget Felissa's penis.
No one will.
I saw it. My jaw dropped as well. Best twist ending that in a movie I've ever seen, Felissa, is your penis.
Yeah. Thanks, and I hope it is remembered. I have 3 children who I love and adore, and truly made me whole, and are the greatest gifts that ever happened to me. And I learn every single minute from them. I just love listening.
Yeah.
So just those 3 people who will continue on. And
yeah, that's amazing. They're your legacy. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're the legacies of people we'll never know about.
This very true. That's deep. Yes. Our ancestors lived
It's
through
true. I
that.
can't handle it. I gotta go be alone with my thoughts.
I know. I have to go.
I definitely wanted to thank you guys both for joining us on this fun little trip where we got to talk about the stuff we love the most. And honestly, just seeing you both, I love you both so much.
I know, I love you too. Thank you so much for having us and taking the time to chat with us.
Yeah.
And Jenny, you're just magnificent, and I really do look forward to the day that we get to work together.
Thank you. I do too.
Yes.
It will.
I
know it will be something special.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Thank you guys so much. This is
Thank you so much for having us. It was awesome.
Thank you both for being here. And to our viewers, thank you for tuning into this episode of the Terror Express. It's been an amazing ride. And again, thank you all for being here so much. It's been unforgettable and fantastic.